Hi and welcome to follow this overview video of the Cinext VR Runtime Editor version 0.2. Let's start with the general menu that is added in this update. To open the general menu, you can use the I or B button on your Oculus Rift controllers or the menu button in Vive controller. And there is also an helper UI to show you that you can open it with that. And this is what the general menu looks like. It has two tabs, the general and locomotion. Let's first go through the general tab. Here you can toggle the visibility of the lights and audio sources. So if you have these toggled on, you will have an light mesh or audio source mesh on top of those game objects. Like you can see, there is an point light bulb mesh. And you can change the scale of those meshes with the sliders. Then we have an option to hide the user interface panels when you're tracking objects, and then you can change the UI laser and pointer color. Then you have the user interface layout presets, so you can bring your user interface to the low position, up position, or then a custom position that I have currently set it to be like this. Or then you can reposition your user interface where you want, and then you can save it as a custom, and next time you press the custom button, the UI will be there where you have put it. Then in Locomotion tab you can change the locomotion style, and currently the teleporting is selected, and now you can also change the teleporting height. So when the height is at 0, the teleporting works like it used to, so you can teleport and select your facing direction. But if we bring the teleport height way up, you can see that we teleport high up from the ground. Then we have the flying locomotion style. And to initialize the flying, you have to press down the thumbstick or touchpad from the middle in the left motion controller. And then when you move the thumbstick or your finger on the touchpad around, you move to the direction your head is facing and to the sides of it. And to rotate, you make it with right motion controller, so you press down the thumbstick or touchpad from the middle, and then you can rotate to the sides. And this way it's pretty easy to navigate around your scene, like this. And then we have the walking locomotion style. You can change the walking speed and walking height. And this works the same way as flying, but it raycasts you to the ground or objects, so you can navigate like this. And the controls work just like in flying mode, so you initialize it by pressing down the thumbstick or touchpad from the middle, and then you can move around. Then we have made changes to the UI panels. So now you can scale the panels the size you want. You can rotate them from these gizmos like this. And you can also rotate objects by first tracking them with one motion controller and then pointing them with another and pressing the trigger on that another button, so you can rotate it like this. And this works also on all other objects. So you first drag it with one motion controller and then you select it with the another motion controller, so you can rotate it pretty naturally like that. And then of course, and oh yeah, when you are tracking an object, and if you press the grip button down, it will snap the tracked object to your motion controller, so you can really fast place it anywhere you want, like this. And this also works to all the other objects. So you start the tracking, and then you press the grip button down, and you can place the object where you want. And then to demonstrate the custom layout, let me put my hierarchy here and prefab toolbar here, maybe scale it a little bit down and bring it closer like this. And then we can, from the general tab, save the current layout as a custom. So now if I move these around, and I think I like the previous more, I can select the custom layout, and my UI is where I want it to be. And to demonstrate the light meshes, let me go up here where I have a point light. So I can use this mesh to select the light and move it around. And if I want, I can delete that object or duplicate it like this. So now I have a new light in my scene. And this works for the point, directional, and the other light types. And that covers all the new features in this update. We hope you like it.